Hello, everybody, and welcome to our webinar series. This month, we are going to be talking about social media holidays and contests. It is going to be hosted by myself and Ryan. Ryan will be doing the majority of the discussion. So let's get started. A little bit about myself. Can you go to the next screen, Ryan? There we go. Oh, we're going to start off with, let's start off with myself. So I'm the owner operator of Your Social Strategy, which is now Aliato Marketing Group. I've got 29 years of experience in the funeral profession. I was a co-founder of Frontrunner Professional in Funeral Tech and a past board member of the Thousand Islands Chamber of Commerce. And we are a current member of the Kingston, Ontario Chamber of Commerce. At any point, you can also get a hold of me by either email or phone or by mobile and text. Text is the easiest way to get a hold of me. It's with me at all times, whereas email is only when I'm sitting at the office. Anyways, I'll pass it over to Ryan. Ryan, take over.
All right. Thanks, Mike. So I am Ryan Mabey. I come with 8 years of digital marketing experience. I am the current social media specialist and team lead at Aliato Marketing. And I am an expert in digital advertising, particularly with social media. And I consider myself to have a creative, keen eye. I just want to go back and give you a brief overview of kind of who we are, as this is our first webinar as Aliato Marketing. So for those of you who don't know, Aliato was actually started when two Kingston-based businesses, YourSocialStrategy.com and Kingston Webworks, combined to now form what you see before you, Aliato Marketing Group. So we are a full-service marketing agency still based out of Kingston. And if you're wondering where our name came from, it actually means ally in Spanish. And we wanted the name to kind of portray the work that we present ourselves with our clients, and we want to partner ourselves and be allies with the clients and all the businesses that we do work with. So a brief overview of what we're actually going to cover today. We're going to be talking about contests, particularly around the holidays. The holidays are the time that you can actually leverage your audience and actually get people to engage more. It's an excuse to promote your business, maybe offer exclusive sales that don't happen at any other time of year, in order to leverage that engaged audience, or grow your quota for that month, depending on what kind of business you are. It helps you expand your clientele a little bit, so you can attract new clients that weren't already following you. And then I'm also going to show you a little bit of the different types of giveaways that you're able to perform through various different contests, to maybe give you ideas that if you're not ready to run a holiday contest, but that you could run them at other pinpoint parts of the year, such as a Valentine's Day contest, Father's Day, any kind of those specific dates. You can always structure different kind of giveaways around those holidays. Okay, so moving forward, we're going to get right into it here. So why would you run a contest around the holidays? Well, as I mentioned, they're an easy and sure way to promote your business. It allows you to grow into new audiences and expand your following to people that you're not already engaged with. So you can encourage people to maybe share this content in order to expand into a similar crowd, relying on the people that are currently following you, and encourage them to share your content to the people that they are connected with on their feeds. And in this way, you're able to gain new customers from this increased new following from a contest. So of course, the main reason that people are going to buy into a contest is because that anything is free sounds great, and who doesn't love free stuff? As long as the steps in order to enter any kind of giveaway are pretty straightforward and easy to follow, then it's of course, in that your prize is interesting enough that is going to attract the right kind of crowd. So you want to make sure that you're actually giving away something that best represents your brand. For us, since we're a Kingston company, we like to structure a lot of our giveaways around other Kingston communities, and that's our way to kind of give back and support the economy in where we live. So that's kind of an idea for you to get thinking about the same way. And the last reason that people love contests and giveaways, especially around the holidays, is because people are already busy gearing up for Christmas shopping. So this kind of gives them a quick way to maybe gain a gift for somebody. Maybe there's a holiday basket that they think that a brother or a mother might like, depending on what it is and where the stuff is coming from. So I did include a note here that it doesn't, that contests are not always the right way to go about things. So it always depends on the platform you're on. So I will get into more of that as we go out throughout this discussion. But it's important to make sure that your contest follows the right kind of structure based on the platform you're running it on. So for instance, I mentioned engagement. This is best utilized through Facebook or Instagram, and sometimes LinkedIn, because these are platforms where engagement is easy and it's guaranteed based on the large user base. So you're engaging more with your audience, and again, this is depending on the rules of the contest, which I will get into later a little bit more, but to give you a little bit of an insight into what I'm talking about. We like to refer to engagement as liking a post, commenting, or in this particular area, a lot of contests will rely on tagging. So you comment and leave a comment based on whatever the contest is about. So if it's a Christmas, maybe an actionable phrase that you would want to include in your contest is to ask people to comment their favorite Christmas tradition. For me personally, it's watching the classic It's a Wonderful Life on Christmas Eve. That could be a comment I leave because now I'm engaging with the content that I'm viewing, and I'm encouraging the conversation to steer towards a specific topic as was asked in the contest rules. Tagging is a way for you to take that comment a little bit further and to tag a friend or a family member in that post so that they now view that contest as well. Maybe they weren't already following the page, and now that they're viewing the page through this contest, it's starting that chain reaction of getting the engagement going and attracting new users into your brand. So it's important to understand how your audience engages with your content, and you would want to gear your contest around that particular audience. So if your audience isn't known for necessarily publicly commenting or leaving specific comments that are too personal based on the actionable question that you're leaving within the post, maybe you want to think about hosting a landing page on your website where people can go and actually sign up for a newsletter, and that qualifies as an entry. We're seeing a lot of bigger brands do this, particularly in clothing or tech. So this is another option to consider, and we'll give you some more ideas on different contests to run as we go along. So expanding your clientele, as I mentioned, the like, comment, tag, and share option is the system that kind of requires the most basic method, and this is utilized really well through Facebook and Instagram. And this tool allows you to kind of utilize your audience, and they are actually the ones that are going to be sharing the content. They're going to make that post grow in an organic way. The more that people engage, meaning liking, commenting, sharing, the further your post is going to go and the more people are going to see it. So if you're able to engage in your clientele, if they're commenting on your posts, it's always important to make sure you're commenting back just to try to keep that conversation going. And it looks great on you as a business if you're interacting with the public in a really positive way. So the most actionable way to engage with more people is sharing. I like to put a kind of a weight system based on what is the most important tool that you want people to utilize through a social media post. So liking holds the least amount of weight. While it does push the post a little bit, it's the easiest thing for people to do. It requires the least amount of effort, which means that more people are likely to comment and they're less likely to comment and share. So this is where you really want to make sure that the content you're promoting is something that people are going to want to share. If it's something that they're able to like very easily, and maybe they're going to leave a content, but sometimes they're saying, you know, my followers might not be interested in this, so I'm not going to share it. That's where your posts might fall short. So you want to make sure that your contest and the giveaway that you're running is best utilized for your audience, and you want to make sure it's valuable enough that they're actually going to want to share that to their followers, and you know, share your business, and because they think that their followers are also going to be interested in what you're giving away and the messages that you put out on a regular basis. So growing your digital brand, the engagement and growing your brand are kind of going hand in hand here. As your content gets shared and the engagement increases, people are going to start seeing this. So if somebody even comments on a post that you've shared, in this case, we're talking about contests, then that post might show up on one of their friends' Facebook or Instagram feeds based on your comment. Facebook's really great for this, where they will actually promote something based on, you know, say I have a friend, John Smith, who comments on a contest for a brand that I am not following. That brand may now appear in my feed, and I'm now aware of that business because of his comment. So it's recommending that post to me because it says, hey, you're friends with John Smith. He commented on this post. Maybe you're going to be interested enough to also comment and engage with that. Now maybe that business has a new follower, me. Maybe I like this business so much that I actually dive deeper. I browse their website. Maybe I look into their services or their products offered, and now I'm a new prospect customer. So this is where contests you can really leverage in growing your brand beyond the following that you already have. So I'm just going to get into the different types of giveaways here. I have, I think, just under half a dozen to show you, so about 5 or 6, and each of them have different values. So you really want to make sure you're choosing the best one, and there are more options out there. You can gear contests in multiple different ways, but these are just kind of the top sure-proof ways that we've kind of looked into and either done ourselves and found that there are great results. But of course, I encourage you to look beyond the options that I'm presenting to you today, or reach out to us with any questions that you have. So we'll save some questions to the end if you do have them, but we're just going to get into the different types now. So charitable giveaway is something that I've recently stumbled across, and I think is actually one of the stronger ones to utilize in growing your brand. So I mentioned earlier about providing a dollar value or a weight to the type of interaction that you're trying to encourage from a giveaway. So a like, for instance, maybe you're establishing a 10-cent value to it, a comment and tag is maybe 20 cents, and a share could be 50 cents. You can assign those monetary values in any way you best see fit, but this is now giving people the option to feel that they're giving back in some way. Although that money's not coming from them, they could be saying, well, I'm liking, so I'm contributing to giving back. So we try to encourage a lot of our businesses, if they do consider to run a charitable giveaway, to particularly pick a charity that they're most passionate about, that they're able to promote to other people in a way that they can kind of share that passion, and that's going to show through. If it's something that affects the community in which they live and their followers live in, this is something that people are going to respond to in a much more positive way. So again, you can either assign that dollar amount to the interactions that you're trying to promote in order to get people to engage more with that post. And the more people engage with it, the more follower you're going to get, the bigger your business is going to grow. But it is important to note that the monetary value, depending on how much of a weight you're giving those interactions, you should have a budget in mind so that all of a sudden you don't accidentally raise well above your means, because that could cause maybe like a PR nightmare, where you're not able to donate based on what you originally said, because we like to say that the monetary values actually affect how people are engaging. So a lot of times I've seen charities contests run that every like will be matched by the business. And in some cases I've seen where the contest grows too big in a way that the business can't actually afford to donate. So just be mindful of that and come up with maybe some restrictions that you can place around it. So that's why I like to just put a small monetary amount. That way you can add to that donation afterwards if the contest doesn't reach the goal you had in mind originally. The second way that you can do this is encourage the audience to actually donate themselves. So a charity I was actually a part of this month was Movember. If you can't tell of the mustache I'm supporting, Movember is a great charity that I've actually encouraged my followers when I've shared the post on my Instagram page. I've encouraged them to donate based on how I feel about this cause. So while I made a small donation myself, I've given reasons for why people should care about this charity and encourage them to donate as well, which they've been so gracious to do. So that's another way that you can look at it, is you're simply helping to promote the cause, but you're promoting it through a giveaway where maybe you're giving back something that relates to that charity. Or maybe it's something that you're going to donate to the charity, but you're trying to gain recognition and getting people talking about the contest. So you want them to comment and share and just engage with that post because it is a great cause and that's the initiative you're trying to push. So that's another option you can consider. Our next option for a different type of giveaway is an every tag is an entry. So we did talk a little bit about the values of commenting and liking and sharing. There are a lot of contests that actually utilize tagging the most over sharing, because people are oftentimes more likely to tag a friend than they are to share the post to their feeds. And the reason, one main reason why people are hesitant to sometimes share is their privacy settings might not actually allow them to share something based on your post being public. So if somebody has their Facebook settings and security settings so that people that don't follow them see that post, it means that they aren't actually able to share your contest that you're promoting, which means that's a lot of value lost. So while you can still encourage them to share, you can promote this type of giveaway by adding unlimited amounts of tags, which means that one person could tag 10 different friends. And the hope is that most of those friends aren't already following your brand. So the idea behind this is to really create a big chain reaction where everybody is tagging multiple people of their friends and their family. And hopefully all of these people are now going to follow your business. So maybe the options that you're giving for this particular giveaway, if you're running this kind, is that you're adding a value to tags. So for every person they're tagging, that's an entry into the bucket that you're randomly going to pull a name at the end of the duration of that contest, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, or a month or more. This is the main value you want to draw focus to and encourage your followers to kind of ignite that chain reaction with. So our third way to run a giveaway is actually through direct or email campaigns. So believe it or not, there are still a couple businesses, more so the ones that have brick and mortars that you can actually stop and visit and buy actual tangible products, or maybe stop in for specific services. We see automotive brands do these kind of things sometimes. While it might not be something free, we have seen automotive brands promote, say, getting your winter tires on, which is a big topic right now as we dive into winter more. So automotive brands could send out this is just an example, but they could send out a direct mail piece that you receive in your mailbox. And the initiative is for you to go get your winter tires changed. And if you do that within a certain period of time, the automotive dealership may give you maybe like free car mats or something, some kind of tangible item to encourage you to stop in and change your tires with them, opposed to their competitor that may be running a similar kind of campaign, or maybe in an entirely different promotion altogether that has nothing to do with giveaways. Excuse me. So direct mail is something that is still out there, not as often utilized, but it is something that you could consider. And I threw email campaigns in with direct mail as the actions required from both types of giveaways are sometimes very similar. Email campaigns are obviously the more easy and efficient way to run this type of promotion. And the reason you might want to lean more this way is because they are way more inexpensive compared to direct mail, which obviously the printing and shipping of all those direct mail pieces, those kinds of promotions are going to cost you a little bit more than what running an email campaign is. The only difference with the email campaign is this obviously relies on you to have an email list set up that you're able to actually send out to people. So you want to make sure you have that list ready before running this kind of giveaway, not trying to gain new emails through the giveaway. So that's just something to consider as well. So we got two more we're going to go into. So products, events, and services. The biggest one you might recognize from this kind of event is when a radio station might actually give away concert tickets, or I think I actually won some for, it was some like ice thing at the K-Rock Center here in Kingston a couple years ago. So that was like a great thing that encouraged me to interact with the post. And I shared it around and I tagged some friends, and I ended up winning tickets to go see this big extravagant circus event on ice, which was great. And other times we're seeing a lot of times Toronto radio stations, you're always hearing about giving away Maple Leaf hockey tickets, when hockey's in season, or to a big concert that's happening that night or that weekend. And they really want to drive attention to their business because of that event. And they're going to do that by actually giving away concert tickets, because this is an item that maybe they're hard to come by. And the radio station, it has some kind of partnership with the event or venue, and they're actually able to grow their business that way by giving something like that out. So if you're in a position that you're able to do that, this is a great thing to give away. Everybody loves concert tickets. Everybody wants to be able to go out and do something. So this is going to be a big motivation to the public. So if you're running this kind of giveaway, make sure you're running it locally or within a reasonable distance, where if you're giving away tickets to something people are going to be able to participate in. You wouldn't want to run a Kingston event that's happening in a week's time or less and promote it to people in Toronto, unless the event was huge and it's something that they're definitely not going to want to miss. So consider the weight of what the event is, the date on which the event is happening, and structure your contest around that, specifically when you're building your target audience. And our last point of the day, the blank days of Christmas. So some businesses actually run a sort of advent calendar where they give away some kind of sneak peek, or maybe a specific sale, or some special, maybe it's a tangible giveaway. There's a million different options you can look at with this. And I'll actually get into a little bit before, as we're running our own kind of giveaway, which I'll speak a little bit on at the end here, where you're actually able to, this kind of giveaway, you're able to structure the giveaways around multiple days. So while each day doesn't have a grand prize, maybe you're working up to that grand prize. So let's go back to our example from the last slide, where there's a local event, there's a concert, maybe it's outdoors, but it's during like the cooler months. So maybe you're wanting to give away a pair of warm mittens, or a toque. Maybe it's a branded toque for your business, but that's what you're giving away for one day. And all these items actually lead up to this big event that's being hosted outside. Now everybody has the equipment, because maybe they've participated in all these giveaways. Now they've added all these things up, they've collected everything. Now they can actually go attend this big event with all the items that they may have won over the month long, or maybe it was 12 days of Christmas. Hint, that's what we are doing. Whatever the case may be, this is a way for you to actually engage with people every day, or a specific amount of days. So maybe it's 12 days of Christmas, maybe it's a 24-month, maybe it's 31 days all month long of Christmas, and you're promoting right up until the new year. Whatever the case may be, it's allowing you to actually structure your brand, and creating a positive, some positive noise around your brand, because you're doing something new every day. Maybe even you're promoting other businesses. Maybe one day you're doing a collaborative giveaway where you're giving away something from a local bakery that you're a big fan of, or a gift card to the local coffee shop, or whatever it is. You want to make sure that you're giving something away that impacts your business the best, and it actually gives back to your community. And the reason I always talk about giving back to your community is it's a sure way that you're going to get engagement from people that actually live in your area, and you're not going to get people entering contests from cities or different countries. The downside about promoting social media giveaways is sometimes there are entries that we're not expecting, or we now have to be aware of bot entries and stuff. So the way to work around this is to really encourage something tangible that only customers can pick up locally. So if you're running a giveaway, we like to promote everything, obviously, because we live in Kingston. So our radius usually lasts between Gananoque, Kingston, and Napanee, which are cities all across the 401 or Highway 2 along Lake Ontario here in Ontario, if you're familiar with the landscape, of course. So we like to promote in this area because it ensures that people that live closely, if they're interested in the products or the services, they're going to engage with it because they're able to come and pick it up or collect it somehow because they live close. And it's not going to be somebody coming from Toronto or Montreal to drive down all the way to Kingston to pick something up. They're going to enter contests in their own respective cities. So those are all the main types of contests that we wanted to promote and kind of talk to you a little bit about today, just to give you ideas for the options out there and how you may want to promote your business maybe now or in the future. So if you have any questions, do let me know now. After that, I'll kind of go on to the special offer that we have with our upcoming 12 days of Christmas, and give you a couple examples of things to look forward to. So if you have any questions, do let me know.
Ryan, a quick question I have is,
of course,
we do obviously run many different contests for different clients. How do we choose a winner? So, one of the people on this webinar, they've decided they're going to do a contest. How do they choose a winner? What programs do we use for doing that?
There's a couple ways you can do it. if you're wanting to just pull a random name, the best way to do this is just there are a lot of free sites. You can Google just random name picker, which is how I normally do it. And as long as you find a reputable one, which I think the one I use is actually called Random Name Picker. It's the top result by Google, and there's actually reviews on it, so you can know if it's trustworthy or not. And basically all you're doing is connecting your social media and in particular your business page. And this platform is actually able to select the posts that you're wanting to draw the entries from. And it's able to actually pull all the entries based on the criteria that you've set. So if you're looking to collect data from all the likes, comments, and shares, you can toggle all those pieces of information on, and it's going to allow you to kind of randomly select a name. There's usually an animation that'll pop up and all the names are kind of bouncing around until one is randomly selected. And what we usually do is make sure that that name that's selected actually followed all the criteria in order to gain entry into the giveaway. So whatever name pops up, I usually do a quick fact check, make sure that they did like, comment, and share, or they followed all the necessary actions in order to enter. And if so, then we make an announcement video. We tag the person in the particular post so that they're able to get the notification from winning the contest. So that's kind of the sure way to do a random one. If it's something you're controlling more internally, so I mentioned doing email giveaways, again, you're just going to be taking all those emails and putting it into some kind of like random selector. And again, there's tons of platforms that can do it. And then whatever name pops up, usually it's just like a text-based thing that you can copy and paste all your emails in, and it's going to randomly jumble those around and present you with a random one. So those are kind of, that's the main way to pull a winner.
And I've seen, I participate in one quite frequently for golf, and the gentleman uses a webcam to record his screen as he's going through drawing a name. So it validates that he's not cheating or, whatever the case might be. Now, there's no, in his case, there's no cross reference of whether or not they followed the rules. The rule is pretty simple. You pick a number and that's it. But so that's good. Now, what about ad spend for a contest? Do you recommend it? What's the options there?
Well, ad spends are always based on a number of different criteria. So while you do want to promote your post, particularly if the goal is to gain interactions and engagement from the post, even if you're promoting something where you're directing people to your website to say sign up for a newsletter and then your email counts as an entry, or tagging in a comment section, whatever the action is that you're requesting people to do in order to enter your contest, it's always important that you do want to put some kind of ad spend in front of that post, and promote whatever kind of giveaway you're trying to encourage. But the ad spend in particular is going to differentiate based on kind of two different pieces of criteria. One, how long are you wanting to run your contest for? And two, how big is your audience? So for us, if we're just running in Kingston, just to give you kind of an estimate number, let's say I want to run a contest over 12 days, as we have a 12 days of Christmas event coming up. So I'm going to pick 12 days because this is something I'm going to be doing tomorrow in order to start promoting our newest giveaway. I'm going to pick 12 days for our duration. Then I'm going to figure out what kinds of people I want to target. So obviously I want to target people within the Kingston region, but I then have to decide, do I want to target people that are already following my page or not following my page, or maybe it's people following and similar to them. Whatever that goal is, I have to determine and figure out what's going to get me the best results. And from there, I'm going to come up with my estimated budget. So it might be anywhere from $80 to maybe $150 over 12 days. I would say if we're going up towards 30 days, then you would want to double that or close to it. On average, $300 for a month-long campaign will usually net you an average of, I would like to say 15 to 20,000 people reached. This is, and it's always going to change based on when the promotion is running. And of course, we're kind of at the mercy of Facebook or wherever we're running that contest. But when you go to plug in all your pieces for your promotion, there will actually be an estimate number shown up that's going to give you, here's what you are potentially going to get out of this promotion or how many people you're going to reach. We've actually done conversations and webinars about advertising before. If you're interested in that, you can always go to our social media or our YouTube or wherever and find that video where we've talked about it. But it's always going to depend on those two main factors, your audience and your duration, and from there you can figure out your budget.
Cool. All right, perfect.
All right, so if there's no other questions, I'll just kind of go into our last slide here and give you an example of what we're doing. So the exclusive offer we're going to be offering for the next 12 days over December, with every day we're giving away a different offer, leading all the way up to halfway through the month. So we're going to be promoting this over the duration of the contest or the giveaway. So every day we're giving away something different, or we're promoting something different. So we're doing different kind of service promotions. So maybe it's a discount on a logo design or website hosting or an ad campaign, that there's some kind of price cuts that we're promoting. There's a lot of charitable partnerships that we've done. So I know we have I think it's a food bank or a toy drive set up at Daft Brewery here in Kingston. So if you have any kind of donations, look them up and keep an eye on our social medias for what kind of promotion we're actually doing on these days. We're doing a lot of different kinds of things. There are a couple giveaways for some local businesses. So if there's something in particularly you're a fan of, maybe it's like a small business downtown, because we're a big fan of promoting the small businesses, as these are a lot of times our clients as well. So this is our way to give back to our community a little bit while promoting the brand new relaunch of our new company, Aliado Marketing Group. So stay tuned for this kind of promotion. There's a lot of fun things to come over the next 12 days of the month, starting tomorrow. So if you're not already following us, make sure to do so, and share the posts when you see them, like and comment and do all that fun stuff. And we hope you have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you all in the new year.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Ryan. And
Thank you.
we'll take it from there.